Mommies and daddies, brothers and sisters, friends and foes alike. You're welcome to the Violence Space. We are back again. We're back again like we never left. It's another amazing, wonderful Tuesday evening from my side. I'm a little bit under the weather, so you might be hearing me. But we're back again, my brothers and sisters, friends and foes. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Violence Space. Today is going to be a very different space. I think from the topic we already know, and I announced it probably. I think we did that announcement on Thursday. We'll be having someone here, someone I respect so much. We all know, as long as you're on Twitter Nigeria, you're a spacer, you know the person I'm talking about. He's going to be, yeah, I think he's already in the building, but he should be on up with us up here today, having a wonderful conversation. But before I jump into that, as usual, I just want to take the first few minutes, the first few seconds to appreciate every single one of you that always come out to this platform. Whenever we call, you guys are out here. You are always coming out to this church, to this mosque, to this shrine, to this temple, to this atmosphere of violence on time. You guys, I call you guys the first respondents. You're the reason why whenever we come out upon these spaces, we get the energy to go on. Because if you guys are not here, probably it's just be a gossip room whereby 2, 3, or 4 people are just gathered, just chit-chatting. But you guys are always out here, and I'm speaking about all you, the regulars. I see all of you. Please, all of you requesting for the mic. There will be no time for requesting of mic for now, for now, for now, for now. We won't be having our normal violence space will come much later because hopefully we're going to be having mindset here for, let's say, maybe a few hours, maybe 2 hours maximum. 2 hours we'll be having mindset with us on the platform. Let's pick his brains. Let's share ideas. Let's discuss and have a wonderful conversation today, hopefully. So please, I still of you requesting for the mic. I see you guys, all our blue tickers, all our non-blue tickers, all our big handles, our small handles. You guys are all welcome. My first respondents. Thank you to every single one of you. If you have questions on how the space should go, you have things you think should happen, you know how we do it on this platform. The comment section is wide open. And for all of you that it's your first time of joining this platform, I say you are welcome. If it's your first time, probably you've never been on the violence space, you've heard about the violence space, and you're joining us for the first time, I say you are welcome. If it's your second time, that means you understand what you got the last time and you're back here again, you're also welcome. And if it's your third time, you are now a regular. You're welcome. And to all our regulars, day one violencers, who have been running this space for I say like a year plus right now, a year 6 months, and I see people that I see here every single time we come up on these spaces. You guys are always here. How you do it, I don't know, because basically I ask myself sometimes, how do I do it? So I now wonder how you guys do it. You guys are amazing, and you know yourselves. All I can say is thank you so much. Thank you for believing in this country. Thank you for believing that conversations like this needs to happen and needs to continue to happen, because if we stop it, only God knows what we'll be hearing in the mainstream media. So thank you to all of you on the platform. I say thank you so much. And as usual on this platform, we are very big on rule of law, because someone that is coming up on the platform today is someone that if you follow his tweets, if you follow his threads, if you follow his spaces, you know he's always on the judiciary. And I've had back channel discussions with him in a couple of all through the seasons. Many people don't even know this. Many people don't even know this, that he's someone that I personally I will probably tell my story about him. He's someone that has been a whole source of strength to me. But many people don't know about this, and I know he might not want me to say some things, but I'm going to say some things. Hopefully, he understands why I'm saying these things, because people don't understand that what we do here is, for some people, they see it as competition. For some people, they see it as oh no, this yeah, because if you dare say, when you come to spaces in Nigeria, these are the two biggest spaces in the country. Whether you like it or not, I don't know what you want to say. These are the two biggest spaces in the country, and so for some people, they feel it is competition. What they don't understand, that for us here, it is all about nation building, and that we discuss personally, one on one. He's one of the people I have the longest phone calls with, but nobody knows this. I'm not saying it for the first time on this platform to many of you, that I'm sure many of you will be surprised. Yes, and not just now, it has happened all through before the election season. Coming into now, strategies, informations. There's so many informations that come out here on this platform, and I say it, that came from him. And it's first-hand information. And hopefully on the course of this space today, we'll get to discuss about these things. And so when I get him and I hear him say some things that he cannot expressly say on his own space, I feel like this is our platform where he can come up, and I can really push him to really talk to Nigerians on this platform about So many things that went on during the election season, and so many things that are playing right now, and so many things that are still going to play as we go forward. So we don't understand, so many people don't understand this. It is no competition. It's all love within us. It is all about nation building. The most important thing is you see someone that really wants Nigeria to work. And if you want Nigeria to work, as long as you want Nigeria to work, we are on the same side. If you don't want Nigeria to work, you are you are my enemy. I don't know about him, but I'm speaking for myself now. You are my enemy. That is just how it is over here. So I see every single one of you, and I say thank you so much for coming out. And as I always say on this platform, please, it is mandatory, because I have to share this story, because this man that is coming up here is someone that is very big on rule of law. And we on this platform are very big on rule of law. And it is mandatory. If you're a first time on this platform, it is mandatory, it is sacrosanct, it is a MUSC in capital letter, that when you join this platform, if you're listening to the sound of my voice and you share the space, or you like the space, or you retweet the space, but you do something to let the whole world know that the number one space on X is up and running. And as usual, we're not taking no prisoners today. It's going to be I look forward to having this moment with this man. I look forward to we have shared this we have shared these feelings for so long, and hopefully we'll come up here today and have a wonderful conversation. You guys can come up here, probably asking those questions that you think he really needs to be asked. You feel probably there are things that he thinks he should know, or you think he knows that he has not said out. Probably this is that platform he does it today. So guys, please take the next few seconds, indulge us, share the space, like the space, retweet the space. Let's get people into the building. And I want to take this moment to say a very big shout out to every single one of you listening to us on the Violence Space YouTube channel. We're streaming this space live right now on the Vawulence YouTube channel. We are streaming this space live right now on the Vawulence Space Facebook channel. We are streaming this space live right now on the Vawulence Space online radio. Yes, we have done everything possible to make sure that this space goes as far and as viral and as wide as possible. Because I say this all the time on this platform, that the greatest thing for me on this platform is to make sure that the communication, the information we give out here goes as far and as wide as possible. Many people don't understand these things. I always try to remind ourselves on this platform, because most times, so that I don't, and I remind myself all the time, so I don't get carried away by numbers. The most important thing is to understand that in Nigeria, as we speak today, facts and figures, we have less than 4 million users, Twitter users in Nigeria. And when you talk about active users, we're talking about less than 2 million. How many people can afford data? I was speaking with S earlier on today, and it was like, guy, 20 gig is 5,000 naira. How many spaces will 5,000 naira cost? So a whole lot of Nigerians are not on these platforms. A whole lot of Nigerians do not even get the information that me and you every day. We come up here, we share, we tweet. So I always try to tax us on the platform to make sure that what are you doing? Look at yourself as an online radio yourself. You should be a moving radio. Your circle of influence. When I talk about circle of influence, I'm talking about your friends, your families, your all those groups you belong in on Facebook, on Instagram, on your WhatsApp, your secondary school, primary school groups. All those groups should not just, you shouldn't, if you're not going to contribute to those groups, you should be contributing with at least passing information there. Even if they don't want to listen to it, they don't want to hear, past information there. You should not just get all the information you get on social media for your own consumption. If 10, 15, 20 people are not getting the information you're getting, you are honestly part of the Nigerian problem. You can come up on social media and wail and cry and shout all you like, and you're not doing something behind the scene to make sure that this information is going far. You are part of the problem. As Madam Aisha always say, what Nigeria need right now, we do not need any activists anymore. What we need right now are active citizens. For so long, we don't have active citizens. We have always sat down and allowed a set of criminals just run the affairs of the country, run us amok, and we see people like us do hallelujah boys for them, do vuvuzela for them, and it is all like rinse and repeat, and it continues. If our generation wants to put a stop to this, we have to become active citizens. Every single one of us putting our hands together, doing something, because if you're doing nothing, you're part of the problem. For me, I wake up every day and I ask myself, so now what am I doing today to help push this movement, push this narrative? And I try and do more, and I try and push as fast as I can. And I try and make sure that on my own now, my brothers and all of us, my sisters that were running with all this platform, we try and make sure that we have done our own bit to make sure that this information can go as far and wide as possible. As I always say, what are you doing? I hope this question touches one or two of you and you answer that question to yourself. What are you doing? So please, guys, I'm challenging you guys. Let's get our people into the building. Invite more people into the platform. Let's get this space up and running. And yes, Mindset is here with us, but I told him he's going to come up on the space from 8 o'clock. Because you guys know how we run our spaces here, and we try to use the first 1 hour to try and keep the whole place, they keep the room in order, keep the house in order, prepare this church, this mosque, this shrine, this temple, this atmosphere, make sure that it is moving smooth, hale, and hearty. Before we can always bring him up here and we'll have a conversation with him. But before we do that, I just want to, we're discussing the state of the nation today. It's been a very long week coming out from without our Saturday space anymore till today. A whole lot of events have happened over the past couple of days up until now. And I on my own, I'll just be talking about few, probably few of them before we jump on the conversation to the end. And also highlight how dangerous the people are dealing with are. We might be, as the people, we are used to, I think our threshold for suffering is so high. Honestly speaking, if you're a Christian here, you must have heard about the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego that they were thrown into a burning furnace. And by the power of God, God saved them from burning. I am saying that I'm certain that those guys are Nigerians. It's not that I'm trying, because there is nothing that have not happened to Nigeria that I would have said by now we should have reacted. Our threshold for pain it should be on Guinness Book of Record on its own. We know how to adjust to pain. We know how to circumvent it. We just know how to bend and take it in, take it in, take it in, take it in. And I'm asking myself, how long more will we take it in? The state of Nigeria is a total mess and a shambles right now. And we are going towards the point whereby we are about to approach a one state, one system of government, and a dictatorial system of government whereby it's Tinubu and for Tinubu. We are seeing everything play out in our very before. And I'm wondering and asking myself questions. And that is why for me myself, information decimation is the most important thing, because many of our people are out there suffering in their millions. Nigerians are suffering in their millions out there on the streets. Nigerians are suffering. Nigerians are in abject penury. And many of them don't even know where to point to as the problem. Why? Because many of us that know where the problem is, we're not even telling them this is where the problem is. And the people that are good at, that have created this pyramid of troubles on Nigeria, they have created in a way whereby they have successfully enchained and put Nigerians in slavery, whereby from I think I dropped this pyramid our last place. I was like, from the very, very top is the political class, the middle is your religious class, after religious class, the traditional class, and down to your opinion shapers, your celebrities and the rest, and down to the people itself. They understand this is so that the market woman is feeling the pain and the brunt of the hardship, but on Friday, her husband goes to the mosque, or she says she goes to the mosque. Then on Sunday, her friend goes to the church, and her imams and their clerics and their pastors are telling them, no, that it is hardship. You should pray to God. God will fix everything. So the spiritual body absorbed the political system from the blame and the anger that the people are meant to be putting on the system. They're not telling it to God. So we as a people that know this information, we have to take this information to the ground. I just say this all the time, and I know that I try to absorb people on social media, because I know that the majority of us on this platform as speak right now are in diaspora. But we are in diaspora. We cannot say we don't have. Your whole family is out. You have cousins, relatives that are hoping on you this December right now for Christmas period, for this and that. How much information are you giving them for them to know where their pain of anger should be going to? Just look at what played out. Let me just use the story of what played out this past week. Just this past weekend. With in Lagos State. What broke out this weekend in Lagos State? With Funshaw bringing out how much this man is embezzling in Lagos. And for us, for me, when SC sent me that stuff in my DM, I was like, my brother, nothing is new now. We have known this thing since last year. In fact, we have known that what everything that happens in Lagos is just open stealing. That's what they do in Lagos. But something happened that this particular one went viral. And people were jumping on it, and I was like, okay, let's even look into it. And we looked at it, and you could see the amount of thievery going on in the state of Lagos. Then what did they do? Then you now see, I just drew a pyramid right now. I said from your politicians to your religious leaders, from religious leaders to your traditional leaders, from traditional leaders to your celebrities, your influencers, then down to the people. Then look at the reply that came from your celebrities, the ones that will influence the Nigerians directly. Oh, great news from you, great news from great work, Funshaw. This is what opposition should be about. Totally absolving that a man is open to the whole world, that this man is stealing Lagos blind. They did not. You cannot see one tweet from these guys that are meant to be holding Lagos responsible. The next thing, what did they do? They employed one of their social media people to go against a state or a different state with propaganda. Because when I saw the Alex Otis stuff, I have communications with some of his people, and I reached out to me and they said no, this is fake, and I knew immediately. But I just started. I made no tweet. I wanted to sit down and look at how obedience will respond, and I got the right response. I saw people opening out, calling this man out, even though they never knew whether the news was real or fake. And I was like, yes. And I said, look, I calmed down. I saw the tweet. Everybody was. I never called OT out because I already gone to the back channel and they told me that no, this is fake. First of all, there was 900 million this thing. Broke it down for me and I saw the whole calculation. I was like, okay. And I was like, oh. So I saw everything myself first and I was like, okay. But I wanted to really see. I didn't want to go up on Twitter and start acting like I'm not paid by the Alex Otis government. I have no business with Alex Otis government. I just have friends in the government. I have nothing. I just wanted to really see how these people react. And the reactions really show that these people truly care about Nigeria. One set of people got information of someone stealing their money and they went to defend the person and hail the opposition and hail the person that brought out the news and insulted the opposition without holding the criminal responsible. This is over 72 hours whereby that information came out. There has been no official statement from Sanwo-Olu. Nothing to talk about. Because after all, you did not vote for him. He rigged his way in. But no wahala, that's why we're here today. We'll be having all this discussion today, and hopefully in the course of the space, we'll be talking more. It's good to have you, my brother Jimmy. It's good to have you here. I don't know you've been. I sent you a couple of messages. I hope everything is fine with you, my brother. But good to have you back on the platform. Um, secondly, you know me, I have humanity. I have humanity. I don't know, but you see, I just wish that Karma cannot can stop discrimination and do what it has to do. For the past yesterday, there was a lady called Posh Mama, Posh Mama. A late, I don't know that she's truly dead though. I don't know that she's alive. I don't know where she is. But we all saw what happened yesterday, and you know, Nigeria, and I always say the internet never forgets. So when you're doing whatever you're doing now, always remember when you want to make a tweet, please know that this tweet might stand against you 50 years time from now. So even if you're a bigot, even if you're a tribal bigot or religious bigot or something, just try and know that 10 years from now, 20 years from now, this tweet My opinions might have changed because human beings evolve. That is, whether we like it or not, people we evolve. What I agree now might not be what I agree with next year. But understand that even in your evolution, whatever you tweet now or say now may stand or be used against you few moons from now. I say sometimes few years from now, but for this one, it did not even last up to 1 year. We were all here. Many of us were taken aback by that train, the terrorist train, Abuja Kaduna train attack. We all saw what happened. And when that innocent doctor that went, her case is so painful that she was even going to Abuja to, I think, to collect her visa to travel out of Nigeria. That is how painful that girl's case was. And in the Nigerian system, that we all know that the safest place for you to call in Nigeria is Twitter. If you cry out on Twitter, you have a 90% chance of you surviving crying out on Twitter than calling if you have any emergency number in that country. And a young girl was shot, and she made a tweet, and in their usual satanic fashion, when I come out every time on this platform, I call APC children the children of the evil forest. People don't understand. You need to be extremely, extremely evil and wicked in your heart. That even if somebody comes out and say, they come out, just like saying, let's use this guy that came out and fake his death. Even if that person is faking his death, you get something where you go here where you say, as a human being, your first point of your consciousness, your conscience, that first take should be, sorry, you rest in peace. I just feel so. You have to lose your soul that someone will tweet, I have been shot. And the first thing you do is to politicize that. But go under that guest thread and see the likes, see the comments. Just go under there. The favorite bigots, them Obeni Dikpo, them, just name all those freaking bigots in APC. All of them were mourning and yawning and dancing under that girl's thread. Including the posh mama. And Nigeria happened to the posh mama. And now, posh mama don't go. Join Dr. Chinelo. All of us will join Dr. Chinelo one day or the other. Nobody will live this life alive. But let it not be known that when you go, people, they celebrate your death, like I saw yesterday. Na shame. Guys, welcome to the Vawulence space. I don't want to make this space all about me just talking. I just have to keep talking because Jimmy, I'm expecting the Men6 to join us much later on the space. Because at the top hour of 8, we'll be having mindset on the platform. Today is going to be just one of those spaces whereby we have a discussion with a very cerebral mind, a Nigerian that really wants to see this country work, a Nigerian that wants to we can have this discussion, and probably if you have questions for him, you can join the questions. You can always tweet your questions if you cannot get the mic on time. You can also request for the mic, and we're bringing everybody up. I see all our big handles on the platform. Thank you so much, every single one of you. I can call all your names because una plenty. And if I call someone, I don't call the rest, it will be like Tinubu's cabinet or a cabinet of nepotism. No. But But before Jimmy, I don't know if you want to say something. Like, let's hold the conversation before mindset comes up at the top of the hour. But before I bring you in, I just wanted to say, una see our guy. Our guy don't blow. Our guy don't blow. Our Jagaban army soldier. That Israel. There is not the dry G wagon. G wags. G wags. G wags, guys. GW. G wags for short. Oh, God have mercy upon us. Hey. Come on, they wave air. Nobody did that, they wave air, but just the wave air. Better the video, just the wave air. Guys, I've arrived. You don't carry family go London. In family, carry the family go UK. Oh, God have mercy. God have mercy. God have mercy. God have mercy. It is quite a shame where we are as a people. It is quite a shame. And the wailing continues. Jimmy, please come in here, I beg. Just come in and come in and help me. You're welcome, my brother. How have you been?
I've been fine, Saddam. Just work, hectic work,
They
and
won't kill you with work.
sorry,
They won't kill you with work.
my brother. I be like say they don't see say I dey dey Twitter. They just everything just come bombard me all of a sudden. I say, what did they happen now? I know they get time. What did they happen? Guys, welcome to Violent Space. It's a great day to be an obedient. It's a lovely era to be an obedient. Àwa ló kàn láti rẹ́rìn. It's our turn to laugh. Àwa ló kàn. Regarding what you said about Dr. Chinelo, I saw that. And I have a lot of how am I gonna put this? I have a lot of obedient that I'm actually that are taking the piece right now. A lot of obedience are pissing me off right now. A lot point in time. Call me whatever you want to call me. I'll redefine myself to you. Right now, I am heartless. Right now, I am soulless. I don't have any soul for anybody. If you are dying like this, now so I go they look you, they go die. All of us go die. We're all gonna die. But guess what? If you clamor for this government and you did everything to bring in this government, please, whatever wants to happen to you should happen to you. It's none of my business. It is none of my. You see, election have consequences. Now, some stupid people, including some obedient, are now coming to my TL to tell me who I should curse and who I should not curse, who I should have pity on and who I should not have pity on. God forgive everybody. So forgive. Ayé yín ò ní dá. Ayé gbogbo yín ò ní dá. Ẹ ní kúre. Do you guys understand what is going on right now? So you think I am mad? I've been shouting like a madman on Twitter. You think I don't have my own life? You think I don't know how to be civil? I know the kind of animals we are dealing with. And I've been cursing them out for a very long time. But guess what? The same energy I've been using. When people they shout, where Jimmy getting this energy from? He's always shouting. He's always doing this. See, my shouting will stop now. I will start speaking calmly. I don't shout. Pass. The shouting is now the turn of APC people. Ẹ̀yin ló kàn láti pariwo. Ẹ máa pariwo kú ni. Ebi ní pa mọ́nàmọ́ná kú, ebi ló máa pa ya yín kú. All of un, ebi ló máa pa yín kú. Because we were wailing, we were shouting before people tweeted in the room. We are novice. We are emergency politicians. We don't know what is good. We don't know how politics works. I kept shouting then. I said, look, this is not your conventional election. This election is either going to make or break that country. And we can see it now vividly. But you see, if you dey hospital, they die, they go like this. You need 50,000 naira. I will not send it to you. See, I call me whatever you want to call me. I will not send it to you. So you know that there is a reason why I'm not doing that. When you do the crime, you need to do the time. When we pay and we hold ourselves responsible for our actions, then we become a sane society. Then we start living like a sane society. If everybody keeps forgiving the way and that's the reason why that country will never be better. That is the reason. Before you know it, they don't use God. Wrap them for neck. Etori Olorun. Because of God. God forgive us. It is when you stand on your ground and you'll be like, you know what? This is it. I'm not backing out. I've been saying it from day one. Obedience, you're on the right side of history. We are change. We've been saying everything we've been saying over and over again. We've not changed our likeness for P2B. We've not changed what we think about P2B. What is right in America? Yes, this is right. This is white in America. Should be white anywhere in the world. If it's black, it should be black anywhere in the world. Not gray, not blue, not purple. Inti oda oda kò lórúkọ méjì. Now they are wailing. Tí rí nǹkan kan, ebi máa pàyà yín kú. You've not seen anything yet. We said it. We said it. Times without numbers. We were screaming on top of our voices. On spaces. Endless. Back to back. For over 500 days now. Back to back. Morning, afternoon, and night. Different time zones. Oh, you guys thought we don't have lives. We don't have anything better to do. We just like to banter. We like to curse people. We like to yell out. We just like to scream. We like to show our agberoism on social media. Well, it's not business as usual anymore. I saw that tweet. Posh mama. Oh, ni kuri. To ba kuri o ni sunri. I don't know what that has to do with Igbo tribe. Because her name is Chinelo. Ni kure. You will not die well. Look, I myself speaking, I will die too. Whatever I do, you talk about me. Everybody go die. But you see this one. Ni kure. An innocent lady was shot on the train. And the only thing you could think of is the bigotry to your mind was to be, so it's okay for me to be evil. It's not okay for me to be evil. You kure again. You guys are mad. It's okay for APC to be evil so they can repent. But it's not okay for me to be evil. There are even all these cases talking about how obedient are making fun of them. You kure one more time. But you die well. You are mad. You are the cause of what is going on in that country. And you want to what? Pity? I never knew Yoruba people knew what revolution is. APC are the one shouting revolution now. No. It's too early for revolution. It is too goddamn early for revolution. No. That man is going to use 8 years. A lot of you are going to die of starvation. Bet me. We just started Genesis, for crying out loud. We never enter Exodus. Now don't do lamentation. Are you guys mad? We never enter Exodus. We are still in Genesis. Let us go through according to the way it is in the Bible. Genesis, Exodus. Now when I don't fly, reach lamentation. And we are still going to Revelation. Tibere, we just started. Hold on a minute.
Nigeria. Ìlú ìsúnmi o. In fact, ẹ wo gbogbo ẹ̀ tí wàá jogun. Ọ̀rọ̀ tí Awólọ́wọ̀ sọ fún wa, olóò máa bẹ̀rẹ̀. Nígbà tí revolution ní ṣẹlẹ̀ lórílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà, Awólọ́wọ̀ sọ fún wa, olóò máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣẹlẹ̀. Kò sígbà tí revolution ní ṣẹlẹ̀ lórílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà.
Are you listening to this ignorant bastard? He's a Yoruba man saying, now, the statement Awolowo made is what is going to happen now. You see, the sad part of this is because they use the same Awolowo narrative to get into power. Because Awolowo tried as a Yoruba person to get into power 60 years ago, but he failed. 30 years after Awolowo tried that, MKO Abiola did it. He won, but they didn't let him get there. Now, that was the mantra. That was the mantra at which they passed their narrative to bamboozle the Yoruba people. You see, there's a saying in Yoruba that goes, like 3 generations can never be poor. Should I use poor the best word to use in this sense? Okay, 3 generations can never be unfortunate. I think that's much better, right? 3 generations can never be unfortunate. So let's say Awolowo was unfortunate, MK was unfortunate, and it shouldn't happen with Tinubu. So they did it in a way that they said, okay, 30, 60 years ago, Awolowo tried it, it failed. 30 years ago, MKO tried it, it failed. Now, Exactly 30 years after MKO tried, it's Tinubu. So by force, by fire, Tinubu needs to get there. And that was what bore the Yoruba Ronu context. You see? That was what brought up the whole Yoruba Ronu thing. And the whole Yoruba Ronu thing was a song by Ogunde of blessed memory. Ogunde, Albert Ogunde, he had to sing that song to let the Yoruba people know that God, you need to come together. You know, you guys are the ones, you guys are the ones holding yourselves backward. You guys are the ones pulling yourself back. Man, there's still a lot to speak about. I have a lot of lamentation videos I need to play to people and explain, break it down to people for them to understand what is going on. And by the way, Saddam, a guy, someone just sent me a message now updating me that what's it called? Sanwo-Olu has made a statement. He said we can make mistakes. Sanwo-Olu reacts to Lagos spending. So yeah, it was a mistake. So everybody can make a mistake. But I know we have a guest coming up. I wouldn't want to waste our time for that too long. We still have about 5 minutes before it comes up, but let's just listen to the rest of this audio before we bring in mindsets. Let's just pay attention to this, please, guys. Bear with me.
ìlú ìsúnmi o, in fact ẹ wo gbogbo ẹ tí wàá jogun ọ̀rọ̀ tí Awólọ́wọ̀ sọ fún wa ló máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣẹlẹ̀. Kò sígbà tí revolution ní ṣẹlẹ̀ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà tá à ní jà fúnra wa. Awólọ́wọ̀ ti sọ pé a máa jà fúnra wa lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà ni o. Mi ò sí lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ láti kan bí ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì sẹ́yìn. Mo ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ dé sẹ́kọ̀ọ́ báyìí sí ni. Mo dá gègé kí n ra top taste búrẹ́dì top taste tí mo rà ní 1,200 tẹ́lẹ̀ 1,500 ni mo bá báyìí sí. Mo lé léyìí o. Mo rẹ̀ ti promise àwọn ọmọ mi pé màá bá wọn rà wálé. Bẹ́ẹ̀ kò ṣe máa rà. Nígbà la fẹ́ bọ́ lóko ẹrú. Ìjọba Tinubu kò favour anybody. Everybody ń pariwo. Àwọn ọlọ́jà gan ń pariwo. Wọ́n ò lè sún, wọ́n ò lè wo. Wọ́n láwọn ìyàmọ́yàwó tó ti kú. Ẹ̀sùn wọn ti ọjà wọn. Lójú èèrà tó wọ́n pariwo títí. Wọ́n náà dìbò fún yín. Àwọn Ìgbò wá fún ọ̀sẹ̀ ẹ̀ ń sìn yín. Wọ́n pé kò tán. Ìbẹ́yìn ló kàn. Ṣé bá a ṣe máa bá lọ lélẹ́yìí? Ìjọba Tinubu ara ń lé àwọn mẹ̀kúnnù. Ìyà ń jẹ wá Nàìjíríà. Mo ń rìnsẹ̀ lọ lébà sí ni o. Mọ́tò gan wọ́n pe Sango fún mi ní 800 naira. Ẹ̀rí orí ìrìn mo wà báyìí o. Kò sówó mọ́tò. Ṣé bá a ṣe.
All right, so let me just break down. Let me break it down real quick. So it's lamenting about the fact that cost of governance cost of living has actually skyrocketed. Skyrocketed. 2 weeks ago, he traveled out of Lagos and he bought bread for 1,200 naira, and that's 2 weeks ago. So now he got back from his travel and he's back in Lagos. He's heading home. He got to Agege and he's still gonna get a vehicle taking him home. But you got to realize that the bread he bought the last time was for 1,002 is now 1,005. So based on that, he was forced to buy the bread because he already promised his kids that he's going to get them that particular bread, right? So he had to buy the bread. And for him to buy that bread, he can't afford to get a car. He can't afford to get a transportation to his home. So he is forced to walk. So that's the reason why you see him walking on the road with the video recording the whole thing. So he's lamenting about the fact that people are complaining. Everyone is complaining. The market women are complaining. They're locking up markets. They're not giving people money. They're not giving people easy access to money. They're taxing them. They're taking a lot from them, and the cost of living has actually gone up. And it goes around to say it will not be well with Tinubu. They won't die well. All the exact languages I've been using all along. And that is exactly what he's saying right now. And to me, it's just like, come on, man. This is just it. We just entered Genesis. You still have 8 years to go. Well, 7 point something more years to go. But why are you guys complaining right now? Let's hear it for the next 2 minutes before mindset comes up.
Ìjọba Tinubu ìyà ń jẹ àwọn èèyàn ẹ̀rọ ọjọ́ ọ̀la mọ́jọ́ táyì kò kú Tinubu àti gbogbo ìjọba tẹ̀ ń ṣèjọba òfò lé wa lórí ìyà tẹ̀ fi jẹ wọ́n ti tó kí ló dé.
Tinubu, you and your administration, the kind of suffering you're putting us through is enough. The kind of suffering we're going through is unprecedented. What is the problem? What is the problem?
ìjọba mẹ̀kúnnù ẹ̀ fi àjẹ wá ẹ̀yin rèé o ọlọ́run rèé o ẹ wá ń kàǹpé ìwòlè tí ò ní túmọ̀ ẹ̀ kówó jẹ ẹ̀ ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ fi ra.
You keep campaigning about unnecessary things, but then you're still embezzling money and you're just, cheating the whole nation.
ẹ fi ń tọ́ ara yín ṣe wo tàwọn mẹ̀kúnnù ṣé bá ṣe máa bá lọ lélẹ́yìí pẹ̀lú ògbọ́n náà gbogbo ẹni tó ń da ìjọba nàìjíríà rù ọ̀rọ̀ bàṣẹ wọn jẹ́.
So all the people standing in the way of Nigeria from progressing may even condemn their handwork or something like that. So the kind of sickness that can never be cured is what will befall all of you. I'm speaking out of anger, out of pain. It shall not be well with you. I'm not happy.
Bread 1,005, top 10. 1,000.
And he's showing the bread to let people know how much he bought the 1,000 naira bread. He's showing the size of the bread.
Okay,
you guys, Emma Shofu, you won't end well, and that's it. So that's just basically what he did. And I still have a couple of other videos I would like to translate to people, but it's 8 o'clock now and we have mindset in our midst. So then I'll carry on after mindset finishes. I'll carry on with my own submission. Back to you now, Saddam.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you, Asin. On our last space here, Essis made a prayer and he said he prays that every day there should be a new wailing video. And one thing I know I'm certain of is that it will rain, and it's not just rain. It will be a hurricane. It will be a tsunami of tears and wailing. And the painful part of it is that, like, I will summarize with what Dokubo said. What's this man's name? Asari Dokubo said. He said, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you have no cult-like followership. We are your cult-like followers. We. And even also they follow you safe. That is the criminals that are looking for official appointments and stuff. You are even playing us dirty. Those that voted on you based on all those sentiments, Muslim ticket, tribal reasons, all those people, all it will take is hunger to reset their brains. And we are seeing it firsthand. So in the course of the space, hopefully when Mindset will be here with us for 2 hours, and after the next 2 hours, we'll keep up with the violence space, probably take reactions, and go back to our normal submissions as usual as already on the platform. But guys, it's about the hour, and we'll be having Mindset. But before he comes up, I think I don't know, N6, if you want to say something. If not, let me just run up to Grandmaster real quickly, because Grandmaster is somebody I don't know if he comes up here, he probably wants to drop one or two real quick for the boys and for the road. Let me come to you, Grandmaster. I think he's busy right now. Grandmaster, you're welcome. Good evening. How are you doing now?
Yeah, good evening, Oliver the Coke. I greet you. How things now? Jimmy, my brother, I see you. N6. Everyone, Steven, I see you. Greetings. I don't even really have much to say. I think I'll keep it very short, just about 2 minutes, so to say. So, what I really wanted to say is this. I think Nigeria should brace themselves for what is coming. Apparently, I just left. Apparently, there's something brewing, underneath. A lot of you are not aware of. I just left a space where they are talking about that the price of drugs have actually skyrocketed to 1,000% since GSK left Nigeria. What this is telling you is that your old mom, who probably needs her eye drop that she used to buy for 7.5, she should be prepared to buy that for 75,000 naira. It's gonna get worse. But I think every one of us knows, it is, if it is possible, understand that death is permanent. It is over. It is forever. That woman is gone. Regardless of how we may have felt about her, we all know that she was a very, very big bigot. We have seen all her tweets, her track record on this app, and everything she did. But please, I'm begging you, my people, she is gone. It is over. It is done for her. There's no more coming back for this. That woman is gone forever. It is permanent. Whatever grievance you may have with a person, let it end at death. I know that, yes, I might be preaching to the gallery, but I don't really feel very, okay, seeing the way she's been dragged, knowing that she's already a dead person. Please, Adibeguna.
Grandmaster, let me help
Okay.
you. Let me help you. Don't worry. Don't worry yourself. Don't worry. Leave that one. Leave that one. Leave people how people want to react. If you say this now, it's the same thing that people that say, don't drag Abacha. Abacha have died. Don't drag Hitler. Hitler have died. If bad people die, drag them. No, please, let me know that leave this.
Bro, if I die, if I'm
Ah,
dragging my bed, drag
if
me,
you
drag me
think you
by
think
the
you think this, I
balls,
mean, I
like
think these people, please,
Wada,
my brother, don't stress yourself. Don't
like
please, I beg you.
Wada, drag me by the balls, roll me all over the place, just drag me anyhow.
I beg, don't stress yourself
Okay.
about
No,
these
no
people. Leave
one.
people,
I guess.
leave people react. If you leave people just to react the way they want to
All
react,
right, my
honestly. I
brother.
I I did not spend 1 minute dragging that lady. You can check my timeline. I don't have one tweet where I drag that lady, none. But I see people dragging her. I have no sorry or sympathy for her or this. No, 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 no. I have humanity in me, but I will not drag her. But people that want to drag her, let them drag her. If those that want to appease her, appease her. If you feel okay, tell her sorry or wish you well. Whatever I want to do, with her, do with her. But don't please. It's just like saying that as this criminal drug baron, now, if he kick bucket now, Nigeria will celebrate now.
Hey, I dey
Nigeria will
wait for who to
celebrate.
tell me say me I no drag am. I
What do
dey
you
wait
talk?
for
If druggy overdose, if you overdose and they say he fell down from the chair in Aso Rock,
mm,
druggy breaking news, pam
mm,
param param,
Oshe,
druggy.
I use pillow.
All right, Salam. I be like say, I now understand why this space na violent space. I'm on a wrong group where I enter so, but no wahala. Let me just make I just drop with this. Saddam, N6, Jimmy, you know say APC members they don't they plan revolutionary protests. I hear that one today on my fear. And if I tell you the people where they plan this protest, now people will be say if I call their name, me I not go give them that fame. We not go show.
Bro, we no go gree oh, we no go gree.
Jimmy,
We no go gree oh, we no. Tinubu must use that 8 years. They never sabi anything. Tinubu must use that 8 years.
bro, I shock as I enter the place in my phone account. I see APC members they plan a revolutionary protest. I say, wait, if you know the people waiting for that, listen, just like Jimmy said, we are just at the genesis. It's gonna get worse. Make everybody brace themselves. Me, I don't even get much to talk. Thank you so much. Make
No,
I go now.
thank you very much, but I know they know Nigerians will place themselves for impact. Yes, there is no how Nigeria will survive 4 years of Tinubu. I can I can bet anything I want to bet that Nigerians cannot survive. This man will kill these people. People with people, if you eat if you see rice by next year, mid-year, next year, if you can afford to buy rice by next year, mid next year,
EFCC should come and carry you.
yes, they will carry you. It could happen. Nigerians, there's big suffering. And you see something to these people is that when you have gang of criminals like these guys, like Tinubu and Co, is that they have no limit. He has no limit to how much he wants to steal and embezzle. He has no limit to how much he has no stopgap. Look at how brazen they are stealing electoral victory across the country. They don't freaking care because to them they believe that Nigeria has no breaking point.
Abeg, if they fit go after all the LP useless people, make them go collect am back. Make them go collect all those useless LP. Make them to video today. That's a welcome development. But you see, waiting. They need to start realizing that the kind of people amount of spent on vegetable, amount is spent on perfume, and all he had to say is sorry, we make mistake. So Nigerians now don't say as okay, you don't talk sorry, and that money don't go with that. Eh, tí orí yín ò tí pé lu yẹn,
No,
orí yín ò
but
tí pé lu
Jimmy,
yẹn.
I support no Jimmy, I support that money for perfume.
Oh,
Let me
okay,
explain. Let me
yeah.
explain. Let me explain. If the first time I got to Lagos, I know it's not going to form like say now boss I use as we just pass beggar, as we enter beggar, as we just dey reach park, as we dey come down from Jibowu Park, guy, the kind smell wey hit my nose, I know the amount of saliva wey I pour, I throw for this thing. The kind smell. Lagos has one. I don't know how you guys in Lagos cope. I'm not saying it for too bad, but people that know what I'm saying know what I'm saying. There is this stench that comes out from Lagos. As in, I was like, how do you guys survive? So I can understand that perfume price if he has to increase it to like 300 billion for perfume to make sure that the air in Lagos, the smell can change. Then we can be talking. So I think please don't. I just any other thing you can talk about that perfume. Please allow it, please. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but you see, here's the thing: we need to be mean. We need to hold people accountable. There is no time for sorry. Let us move on. No moving on. No moving on. Let people pay the price of whatever it is they've done. So next time, others won't do it again. So now you don't tell everybody sorry. So life goes on or what? No, no. That's why I keep telling people there is no 2027. There is no freaking 2027. There is none. A lot of people will not even be alive before then. Right now, we need to get our country back. And everything we have to do to get our country back, I'm into it. I'm into it. Welcome, Mindset. Nice to have you in our midst. Welcome. I see all the regulars in the building. Sizu, God bless you, my brother. Grandmaster, thanks for that drop down. Momo, I see you. Field Marshal Captain J, I see you, my brother. Stephen, Magnific Dude, Madonna, John Vio, Omega, Sweet Angel, Gregory, Toluwalo, Nimi, Will, Pelumi, Honorable Wada, Chief, Oekena, I see you, Uluwawumi, Polonium, God's Will, Miss Vero, Mary White, Patient, Honest Fee, Call Me Lexi, Gaboni Tex, GRVPR, Ike Zeg, Julius LP, Ikechukwu, Mr. David. I see every single one of y'all. It's a lot of people. I mean, popping in and out, popping in and out. Madam Pat, I see you. Thanks for coming, guys. It's the Tuesday edition of Violence Space, and we have a special guest amongst of us. Mindset, thanks for coming. Uh, let me pass it back to Saddam now. We're gonna have a swell time today, and it will be interesting, guys. Retweet and share the space, please. Thank you. Back to you, Saddam.
Thank you very much, my brother Jimmy. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I see you. Thank you, Mr. Mindset. My brother NC, it's good to have you up on the platform. Also, every single one of you requesting for the mic, I see every one of you. All our handles on the platform. Thank you. We're about to get the space started. We just had to, when I spoke with Mindset and we're speaking, and it was like, when we should he come? I was like, you should be here by 8 o'clock. And I was like, oh, 8 o'clock. I said, yeah, but the space starts by 7 because why? From 7, we get to, if you are a regular on the Violence Space, you understand how we operate here. From 7 o'clock, we get to jam up for like probably 20 to 30 minutes, just play, put ourselves in some Afro mood, before we get talking and hit up the space, get the space well settled down before we get into the conversation, as we always do. And today was not going to be a difference because I really wanted him to come up here and see how we run and operate here. But for you that are just joining us, is one-on-one with Mindset today, and we're discussing the state of the nation. And I said a whole lot in my opening monologue, how much of a person he is, and he has been to me in the course of this election season. He has been one person. I might not say much because I know he doesn't want me to say a whole lot, but he's someone that I've gotten a whole lot of information, top information from that had always turned out to be true at the very end. Because in the course of this whole movement, you will get a whole lot of information from left, right, and center. People just want to pass information, but there's some information that you get and you know that they are golden. And this man is one person that have always passed me golden informations, and I've always come out here also and share with you guys on the platform. And it's always a pleasure. Many people see us, and I dare say when you come to political spaces in Nigeria, if you want to have a space whereby you just want to go and hear people talk, debate, and have wonderful conversations, I tell you, his space is one of those places that I am always, always, always at home in. And for us on this platform, it is about nation building. Even though we are an echo chamber, we don't hide it. We don't pretend about us being an echo chamber on this platform. This platform is because I truly, truly believe, I'm speaking for myself, and I believe when I speak for myself, I speak for my brothers up here, and we as a family up here, we really believe that we represent the best of Nigeria. We are people that really want to see Nigeria work. We are people that believe that Nigeria should be a country based on merit, based on competence, capacity, and character. We believe that Nigeria should be a country whereby every single one of us has a shot at good life, because Nigeria deserves the very best. So it's good to have you, Mr. Mindset, on the platform. I don't even know if I should do a brief introduction, or there's any introduction I have to do right now, because I know it's this your first time of speaking on this platform, and I dare say on any I cannot say because I don't monitor you. I'm not a monitoring spirit, but I don't know if you've been on other spaces. But I think this is your first time speaking on the violence space. You've been on this platform before. You always honor us with your invitations. Just you come here, but this is your first time of speaking on the platform, and it's always a pleasure of us having you on the platform. And I would just want you to take the next first few minutes, briefly introduce yourself. I don't know how far you want to take your introduction to. I don't know how far you want to talk about yourself, but I think you can just do this house an honor by telling us a little bit about yourself, your views, and what shaped the person you are and what you're doing today. Welcome to the Violence Space, sir. Good evening.
All right, thank you very much, Saddam, and thank you to is it Cecil, N6, and Jimmy, the co-host, and everyone, and thanks to every other person on the platform. Thanks for having me, inviting me to your wonderful space. You want me to introduce myself? Okay, where do we start? I like to keep my private. I like to keep my family away from politics, but this is all about politics. So mindset is a father, mindset is a husband, mindset is a son, mindset is you know a brother, and that's mindset. I'm somebody who have interest in nation building. I believe that when we come together, we can achieve things, and I don't know how far you want me to introduce, but let me keep it at that. I'm just mindset. I'm somebody who believes that Nigeria will be better if we all come together and make it work. So let me leave it at that. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir. I think I know you're a very private person, and this is not going to be a private space. It's going to be a space more about your picking your brains on what you do. I really want this conversation to come towards the social media the role of social media in this particular last elections, because I know we cannot talk about the history of these last elections without you being an integral and pivotal part of the elections. You played a very big role. Many people, it cannot be underestimated here, but I really want to know, because for me, on the violence space, started the violence space last year, and I know your space have been running probably since 2021, if I'm not mistaken. You've been having spaces, so I want to understand what, as a father now, what the sacrifices of fatherhood and everything, what has pushed you to consistently, what's the vision you saw in hosting of spaces, and what you really think the role spaces have had in the past elections, and you think will play in the present scenario in the country.
Okay, thank you very much for that question. I mean, I wouldn't want to use the word space. I would like to break it down to social media. I was actually doing I'm doing a research on. I was researching on something today. I have a little project I'm doing. So, and I have to go back to how Barack Obama was able to use social media in 2007 and prior to 2008 election. So I'm doing that research, and I did it before. But you understand that the mainstream media controls what you do, but with the social media, you are free to do what you want to do, right? And so coming to let me bring it to coming to the Nigerian context now. If you remember in 20 when APC was formed in 2013. Sorry, let me how many minutes do I have? Because I'm very quick with time. So because this I probably will stay on one topic and my time will be up. But how many minutes do I have with this conversation?
I think we could break every question down to 3 minutes maximum, but I think we'll give it the next 2 hours. So I would love to have my co-host here interact with you, also ask questions, and probably have people from the down here, our audience, ask you questions also. So I think we could have this interactive for the first hour, and the next hour we'll open up for the people to come up and ask you questions.
All right, thank you very much. So now, remember, in 2013, APC was formed, and the whole idea of APC was to take power from the ruling party then, PDP, and they had the likes of NNPP, ABGA, the new PDP, CPC, and ACN, which happens to be Bola Tinubu's party. But then again, they were coming to this election in 2015 with and the rest of them. There was quite a few people then on Twitter, but APC utilized it and realized that the moment you begin to speak about this government, this is not NTA, this is not Channels TV that somebody will sanction. But then again, everybody's free to speak about this government. The moment we begin to do this thing, the world will hear how bad, in their own words, Goodluck Jonathan was running his government. And if there's any PDP person here, he will confirm what I'm about to say. And that alone, that did not sit well with Goodluck Jonathan. Those around him would tell you that, because one of the things that worked then was Goodluck was very uncomfortable, because he's this kind of person. He doesn't want people to see him as a bad person, and he will always make comments to those around him that, why are they saying these things about me? What can we do about it, right? And at a point, he became so, I wouldn't use the word scared, he becomes so insecure around because of the people around him. That was when Sahara Reporters used to be Sahara Reporter, because, I mean, there's something somebody said then. He said it appears there is a ghost living in Asoro, because everything they did, you see it on the social media, and APC utilized it, and believe you me, it worked for them. Now, coming to 2023 election, it was very clear. I mean, it's Buhari's second election. Yeah, it was clear. But this 2003 election, social media was to play a very big role, and it played a very big role, because you wouldn't have the obedience. You probably would have them, but you wouldn't have the obedience without having people on social media, because most of the things that LP, let me use LP here, because I think I'm on the platform of LP, achieve, most of them will be credited to what happened on social media. But here is a thing, right? There is a lot of things. My problem there was, LP had the numbers when it comes to social media. You cannot take that away from them. But there was a problem. The problem is there was no plan, right? These are my words. Please hear me out. There was no plan, because everyone were doing what they want to do, right? And remember then, I try as much as I could to reach out to people. I said, listen, guys, you can have these numbers. Without a strategy, you're going to lose it. I'm not telling you that this is why they lost the election, but there is a lot of things that could have been done better, right? So let me stop here because of time. I know a lot of things, because if you allow me, this conversation will go for 8 hours, because there's a lot to be said. But let me stop for now, if that's okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I think because we're going into the future, and nobody understands what's starting for the future. I for myself, I'm saying I don't think there will be this is my opinion. I feel like the best elections Nigeria has ever had or will ever have is 2023 elections. Hear me out. I think that if we ever allow what happened, and for the record, LP did not lose the elections. LP won the elections. I just have to put that out. But I feel like for going forward with this system in place right now, that you are vehemently against. I see you every time you tweet about against the judiciary. You have been consistent about the judiciary. With this system in place right now, I don't think we will ever have any elections as good as 2023 going forward. I don't know if you share the same views, and if you do share the same views, what do you think, as a person, in your own opinion, should be done? Should Nigerians as a people start thinking towards doing?
Okay, you talk about I'm the kind of person, because if you look back in 1993, we don't have social media then. A lot of people argue that that was one of the best election, and we probably might not have anything like that. Then we have 2023. I'm of this opinion that the future is bright. It looks brighter for Nigeria. So there's a possibility we might have something better than what we had in 2023. Now, you ask what is it that think Nigerians should be doing. Nigerians should continue to call out this. Permit me to use the word, this evil government. Now, and Nigerians should not give up. Nigerians should continue to, but whatever you do, make sure, because one of the things that APC um, are very good at, they're looking for a loophole. The moment there's a mistake, they will forget about everything and hold on to that. So Nigerians should continue to call out these people. Something happened today at the Senate, right? And the LP senator, Senator Tony Moye from Anambra State, stood up today. He challenged Godswill Akpabio. If you understand who Godswill Akpabio is and how he happened to be the Senate president, you understand that challenging him is not going to be an easy thing. He's just a very shrewd person. He was the one that made that phrase, what money cannot buy, more money will buy it. No, sorry, what money cannot do, more money can do it. That was Godswill Akpabio when he was a governor. He believed money buys everything. So, I saw some people trying to say to Senator what Senator Woye did is nothing, right? That he should have spoken out when it was the time when the SUV, and I'm thinking, I said, no, you guys are getting this wrong. At this stage right now, everyone, I mean, throw everything in the sink. That is how you fight. You cannot fight APC with a gentleman thing. And this whole mindset of when people begin to speak about these individuals, yeah, you can criticize them, but some individuals who have big numbers, right? As I mean, it's all about numbers on Twitter. For me, it doesn't matter. Should be very, very mindful because there's a lot of people who are following them. And the moment they change the narrative, people will follow them. What what you did today is something every Nigerian should applaud him for. And then you saw the other senators, Senator Ireti Kingibe followed too. So this is the thing. And this now brings me back to what happened after the retired Justice Datijo, spoke about what's going on. And you see a lot of people going, oh, why is he speaking now? And I've always said this thing. It's very important that we understand how this works. And I've come to that conclusion. I realize a lot of people are more interested to be influencers than being people who understand how politics works. A lot of people want to tweet for numbers. A lot of people want to tweet for likes and everything, which is not a bad thing. But we, at this point, must find a way to fight these evil people. You don't fight Bola Tinubu wearing white shirts. Even if you're going to wear white shirt, it's going to turn to black. And I was very, very pleased listening to Peter Obi yesterday. Permit me to say, sir, this is one of the best, if not the best, right? Press conference I've seen him. He was very relaxed. He spoke with authority, and he was making it very clear. It's not about me. It's not about 2027 because they're trying to change the narrative to bring it to 20. Are you going to? He said, no, this is not what it is at this point. At this point in time, we must, as a country, come together to fight these people. These are not his words, but I'm paraphrasing right now. So there has to be a coalition. There has to be people of like mind need to come together and continue to use whatever we can legally to fight these people. And this is how you fight APC. APC is not a party you must put it in their face. Let me stop here. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. I think I agree with you, but I want to go there. Something that's very controversial from our side here. We have people with divergent views on the unification of the opposition. Um, I want to know. From because I know prior to elections, people were always thinking, where is this man on? Today, APC people are going to drag you. They drag that your LP. Tomorrow, they drag your PDP. Tomorrow, they drag that your. I think you got a lot of dragging prior to election because you never took a side openly, and even in close quarters, you never also took a side. You just bring out information and pass the information. I'm like, okay, why are you standing? Where you standing? And you're for good a better Nigeria. And I can understand your views when you say in 1992 you guys said that there will never be a better election than that. I am saying when I say 2023 election is the best ever, that does not mean I'm saying I'm putting it in a point where the context that it is as bad as it is. As bad as it is, it might be the best elections we'll ever have with Tinubu. Everything we're going to have is just select and rule, select and rule, select, which is very dangerous for the future of this country. So I want to understand your views on a united opposition. And when they say a united opposition, what does that unification means?
All right, thank you very much. You started by your question by you tried to. Okay, your first question was about where did I belong? What was it I'm supporting in the election? Because I wasn't able, you weren't able to tell who I was supporting. Is that right?
Perfect, sir.
Okay, that's good. I love that question. That's one of those questions I was hoping you're going to ask me. Now, let me go back a little bit in history. If you remember, before in 2015, I supported Peter Obi and Atikabu. I support Atikabu and Peter Obi, and the kind of person that I don't like the crowd. I don't follow the crowd. I don't need everybody. I need somebody. That has always been my mindset, right? I don't like to follow what everybody's doing because people are doing it. But if it's the right thing, then I will join. Now, how Atiku got the ticket in 2015 is something some of you are aware of. It's because of time. I only have 2 hours, so I have to be very, I like to talk and give history. It was meant to be Tambua for those of PDP, those that followed it, but something happened on that fateful day that General Guzoi walked in, into the arena that day, and the rest was history. Atiku got the ticket, and he chose Peter Obi, which the governors, a lot of the governors were not happy with, especially a lot of the governors and some of the individuals from the southeast were not happy that Peter Obi has been chosen by Atiku Abubakar to be his running mate, and one of those individuals is Senator Ike Ekwemadu, who is in the prison in the United Kingdom. He was he fought against it. You can go and do your research on this. Don't take my word for it. Now, and then here we are. We have these two individuals. I mean, they have what it takes, as far as I'm concerned, right? So, not 2015, 2019. Apologies, because this is recorded. I don't want someone to misquote me. Now, they gave it all. It was very clear they won that election. Okay, 2019 election, Peter Obi, Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi won that election, but the judiciary did what the judiciary wanted to do. Now, coming to 2023, it's just because my former account. I mean, I lost our account on the 21st of October 2020 because I said something very unkind to somebody, and they reported our account. That was after NSAS, at that fateful night, and everybody's head was everywhere. So somebody said something, I responded to it, and they reported, and I lost my account. And then you could have seen one of my tweets when I was telling PDP. I always put it out there that Wike would destroy the PDP. It was there. I keep talking about it because I am not a journalist, right? But I do get information. So, but the likes of the journalists are the likes of David Hunde and everyone. Then it was very clear then that Wike wants to be the candidate. It wasn't hidden, right? From my side and those who are very close. And Wike will plan to do everything he can to be. I know Haruna Samani. Let me put it that way, right? And they were able to remove Uche Secondus, because you cannot then have a southern chairman of the PDP and somebody from the South to be the chairman of the PDP, and having somebody from the South to be the presidential candidate. So this whole thing, Wike planned it, okay? And but something happened. I'm going to send you a DM, please. You probably might not share it because I believe your people here believe you and they trust you. So I'm going to send something on your DM. Please, you can confirm what I'm about to say and look at the date and remember the date as well. Now, prior to the PDP primaries, it was very clear that Wike would get the numbers. When the moment he was able to get the Kanu delegates, it was over for every other person. That was it, because if the Kanu delegates were to go with Tambua would have had enough numbers, but unfortunately, Wike spent money. Wike spent money. I wish he was able to get a Kanu delegate, and he went to Anambra State, and for every state he was planting his people. He was overconfident that he would get that ticket, right? And PO came into the play. Now, prior to PO coming in, a lot of things played out. I heard about it. I heard that he's planning to leave PDP then because of what is actually going on. Now, you do not expect me to jump ship. I don't work that way. And I did something that I'm very comfortable with, because it was clear that Wike will get that ticket. There was no way PO is going to get that ticket. He spent a lot of money, but something happened. Sorry. Now, something happened. I realized that there was a young man, His brother is here, Maurice Mounier. Maurice, please, if you can confirm what I'm about to say. So I look at the whole thing, it doesn't really make sense, right? Then I felt, listen, if Wike is going to get this, I'm not going to support PDP because I'm not of APC anyway. There was no chance of it's going to work here because Wike has the number. Maurice Mounier's brother came on board. I don't know him, I've not met him before. And I saw people tweeting about him, and I did my research on him. I reached out to Maurice. I said, I would like to support your brother. I would like to promote your brother. Prince Maurice, you can confirm this, right? And I began to promote his brother from the ADC, his elder brother, Chukwukamonye. And I know I did what I needed to do, and continue to do that because it was very clear to me that we got, But then again, prior to PDP's primary, something happened that was very. I'm going to send you that. I'm going to send something on your DM, please, so you can confirm it. We got the information. Followers on timeline was kind of they've given up because everybody believed Wike have gotten it. Because if you look at Wike, then he actually went to the church. He was telling the pastor or whatever to not call him that he's the one that got the ticket. All these things, right? He was boasting because he was very clear. But we got the information very early in the morning that this is what's going to happen. So I sent a PDP follower that was panicking. I said to him, congratulations, I think you have gotten the ticket. That was before, that was in the morning at 9:30. I will send you the DM, please bear with me. I don't want to leave this space for now, so you can confirm it now. That was then. Now, let me come back to PO. When I heard that PO have left, I heard about it. And remember, PO's, the person working with PO then was Doyin Okube. Then somebody spoke to us, not only myself, and said that PO is leaving and he's going to join the party called LP. And I was not comfortable, right? Because I knew that LP as a party has a lot of problems. And I made it very clear that this party, it's okay if he wants to leave, but this party here, I don't think is the right party. And the person was not comfortable with it. That's why he didn't, they've always made reference, oh, Mindset is working for PDP, because I knew about the Apapa fashion and everything. I said, there is a problem here. And I can tell you guys, Tinubu will hijack this party. Those were my words, right? And with that alone, they felt that I don't want to support PO, so I become an outcast. So anything I say, anything I do, is that, oh, he didn't want him to join that particular. But I'm telling you guys what would happen. And I said to Henry Shield, is Henry on the platform? I said, Henry, I need to speak to Doyin Okupe. Henry said, okay, that's fine. Henry gave me his number because I wanted to ask him a question. There was something said to confirm that, I wanted to put it to him. I sent him a message. He never responded to that message. And lo and behold, the whole thing you saw happening there happened. So you saw the Apapa. I said, I've always said, I told people. So that was my reason. I just felt that, I just wanted to be on my side and do my thing. And that's exactly what I did. I don't know if I answered your question. I would have loved to go deep, but I'm looking at time as well. Thank you.
Yeah, I think you shed a lot light to the question. But the second part of my question was your view on a united opposition, and when they say united opposition, what does it mean going forward? But before you answer that question, guys, please, if you're joining us for the first time, it's the Violence Piece, and we have our mindset on the hot seat today. It's please, if you I see people, don't please don't send me questions in my DM, please post it on the comment section. If you have questions for him that you think as he's speaking right now, you want us to ask him, please go on the comment section. Just post any question you have for him. I will be asking questions from the comment section also. While we up here ask questions we want to ask, so I will, because in the next one, in the next we have, I think we have 29 more minutes for him to wrap up this session. Then we can open up the floor for other people to come up and ask him questions. So before then, if you have questions for him right now, please go in the comment section and ask me those questions, and I will shoot it straight at Mindset. And to the end time you want to come up with questions, please, you can always feel free to interject and come in. Mindset, I asked you a question based on the unification of the opposition and what unification means to you, because for me, if there's any unification talk going on or that should happen, this is my own view, it should be towards a revolution. I don't know what your views are, so I'm going to ask you, these questions are two pronged. It's going to be, what are your views on unification, and secondly, what do you think about a revolution?
Okay, thank you very much for the first question. I think I've tweeted something about correlation, and I saw a lot of people say no, we cannot join. It's not a good thing to join. And I looked and I laughed. I said to myself, only if they know what is going on behind the scene, they probably would not understand exactly where we are. And I'm very happy, as I said earlier on, I'm very happy that P2B was able to put it out there that there's a need for a correlation at this point in time. And I think a lot of people think when we talk about correlation, it's about PDP and LP coming together. That's a merger, right? A coalition is at this point, every hand must be on deck, whether you're APB, even if you're in APC and you feel that what is going on in the country right now is not right, you can join this coalition and say, we must begin to speak out. We must begin to hold this country, this government to account, because as it stands, there's no opposition on. Do you understand? As it stands, that's my view. You probably have every right to disagree with me. Nobody's challenging. APC is having a field day. They're having, they're doing what they want to do. So I put it out there. As you know, I don't care about. I don't likes or this on, and I'm not interested in likes or retweets. I just want to put what I believe or the information I have that these things will happen. Right? Things were happening behind the scene about a month ago. Of people coming together to find a way to rescue. But some of the things I might not be able to say, I will discuss with you privately. Now, you talked about okay, sorry, my view of merger, right? Or the coalition is that was your question, right?
Yes.
Now, my view of it is the fact that you have to forget about whether you're LP. You have to forget about whether you're PDP. You have to forget about whether you're obedient and everything, right? To rescue the country is the most important thing. I'm taking clue from what Peter Obi said yesterday. It's not about obedience at this point in time. It's not about Peter Obi. It's not about PDP. It's about coming together, right? Using your platforms, whatever you can, to hold this, present government to account. I'm working with Prof. Odinkano. We have a think tank, and there's a lot of things we are doing behind the scene, right? And that is my view on that. Now, let me answer your question on revolution.
Revolution.
It depends what you mean. I mean, revolution is something that is just it's been delayed. It will happen. When it will happen, I don't know. Will it happen? It will happen, and it will start from the judiciary. If the whole thing is just being people can lie to themselves, right? And people can decide to, it's gonna happen. It will start from the judiciary. And I put out a tweet and I said it that I'm very happy that Monica, the appeal court, I saw a video of her talking nonsense. She should continue what she's doing, right? She should continue. She shouldn't stop, because if she will get to a point, she will push Nigeria. She will be the one that will start the revolution. So it's gonna happen, but when, I don't know. Would that happen? Absolutely. And when it happens, nobody will tell anybody the date. We probably might be on this space, and we probably be hosting space, and it happens, right? And and one of the things, one of the reasons I believe that correlation is very important. I had a discussion with a very senior citizen. I wouldn't mention them. After the election, I wanted to find out what he thinks about what happened, and he made it very clear. And these are his words; those are not my words. He said that during the election, he realized that Bola Tinubu was desperate to be a president. That Peter Obi have people who are desperate for him to be the president. And Atiku wants to be the president. He now asked me a question. He said, looking at these three individuals, who do you think want it more? I will stop here. Thank you.
Wow. Very, very deep question. I think the question everybody will answer for themselves. All right. I think I will just jump straight to the judiciary, because I remember on the day of the appeal court, we on the violence space, we had a situation room. We ran that space for close to, I think, 20 something hours. We're on the space here with thousands of Nigerians across the world, and um, just because we wanted to keep abreast with what was happening, and have a breakdown on the judgment day. And I remember you getting your call that morning. I'm saying this out there for the world. This is on record here. You called me that morning and told me the judgment. Before the judgment, yeah. So I remember you when I got that call and you told, and I at that point in time I had to zone out because I really wanted to shut down the space, but I we have thousands of Nigerians on the space, and I was thinking like many of these people don't even know. I already knew the judgment as of then, and I could not tweet it, I could not say it, but it's already glaring at what those guys had already cooked. So I see that you are particularly interested in the judiciary. I want to understand your take and why you also say the revolution will start from the judiciary, because you also say right now that the revolution will start from the judiciary. So that means the information to get from the judiciary, I, for one, I can beat my chest and say, you they get, say your source from the judiciary is a pure source. I can beat that one and say anything this man says from the judiciary, I will always take it to the bank. So I want to understand if you can give us a journey of your, you might not break out your sources, but you can paint a mental picture for us to understand why you're so focused on the judiciary and why you really think Nigerians, and if you really think Nigerians should pay at, because you might be paying attention to something and Nigerians are not paying attention to that, and that's where our problem is. So if you are so focused on the judiciary, do you really think Nigerians that are not doing enough to put pressure on that system, and what you think Nigerians should be doing immediately?
Okay, thank you very much. Unfortunately, I'm not going to tell you my sources. You know, that's quite a number of people. I don't compete with anybody. I compete with myself because I want to be better than who I was yesterday. That's my mindset. And you know, when people get to know that I actually speak with you and I have conversations with you, they kind of like, I think they will be surprised because they've always think because we are hosting spaces we are you know competing. But I've given you a lot. That I've given you some information when it comes to the issue. I remember that morning. That was I think it was February, September 6th or September 7th. I can't even remember the date right now.
Yeah,
Um,
September 6th.
yeah, September 6th. September 6th, right. So around 8:45, somebody called, you know, one of my called me and said to me, sorry, I missed the call. I missed the call. So I have to try and call back. I didn't get it. So the call came back and just told me this is what's going to happen, you know, and I listened. I said, this is going to happen. They have made their decision. When it comes to the issue of Peter Obi's being a member of LP, they will let that slide. That's no problem. But you know, this is what they will do. This is what it is, and they're going to, you know, say a lot of things against these individuals, which I shared with you. And then not only yourself, those that are very close to me, because I have, you see, one of the things I do on Twitter is some of the people, it doesn't matter that we follow each other. I look at your, I like to vent people, right? I've realized a lot of people are cloud chasers. I don't work with cloud chasers. I'm not interested in gossip. I'm interested in information, right? So, and then I know you have people who believe in you, who believe in what you're doing, especially hosting spaces, and I reach out to some individuals that were very close to me. I know it's very difficult. I think that was on around 9 something. I think they were still setting up and have they started the case of AMP, right? You know, I spoke to some other persons I know, Masani and the rest of them, Henry Stewart, and you know, say guys, this is it. These guys have made up their decision. I mean, knowing who I am with these people, there's no argument because this information from the where I got it from, you know, it's just what it is. I can tell you that you can take it to the bank. So when that it came from that particular individual about this, I have no reason not to share with you. I know. I remember your response was, "What is their reasons?" And I couldn't tell you because I know you're quite difficult. And for me, I stopped watching the nonsense, you know, because we know what we know. Now, I can't remember the second part of your question, sir. Can you repeat again? Sorry.
I might say, you are so focused on the judiciary, so I really want to know if you could paint that picture for the whether. Sorry, please. I wonder the weather. So, why you're so focused on the judiciary, and if you really think Nigerians should be and should be as focused as you are at the same time. At the same time, what should we should start doing immediately?
All right. So let me put it this way: if we get the judiciary right, every other thing will, will fall in place. Now, it doesn't matter how much you INEC rig election. At the end of the day, you will come back to the judiciary. So if we get the judiciary right, every other thing will fall into place. So we must focus on the judiciary. There has to be, um, if I have every one of them has to go. From the magistrate court, the corruption in the Nigerian judiciary is so bad that I just try to. Okay, let me put it this way. Let me just try to tell you a story. One of the appeal court judges who friending somebody, they set him up, right? And he was meant to rule on a certain case. Permit me, I'm not going to mention names because, but because they have a tape of him with a female, they use that to blackmail him, right? And he have to change whatever he's doing because they use the lady to trap him. Okay. Now, not only did they do that to him, they went as far as to some news too much. Now, when the case of Lagos State came up, I think I spoke about it on my space. I'm not interested because I know what the answer would be, right? I wasn't following it because I know what it would be, and that's what it was, right? I think Nigerians should focus more on the judiciary is this. There are actually three individuals that control the Nigerian judiciary. CJN is not even part of it. She's just a puppet. One of them, right? And the rest, you probably have to go and do your research on them. One of the individuals that control the Nigerian judiciary is Mary Odili, right? For some reason, she's so powerful that people, Wike, yes, Wike, they call him the golden boy of the judiciary, but he's not that without Mary Odili. Yeah, she's so powerful. She's somebody, and one of the things she tried to avoid is not to be seen as somebody who is corrupt. But she is a corrupt person. I mean, there's no, you can't hide her away. Everything you saw happen during this election period when it comes to the presidential, she played a very big role. I will leave it at that. Thank you.
All right, let me bring in my brother N6. N6, your hands are up. I think you can take it away from here.
All right. Can you hear me, Saddam?
Perfectly. Go on, please.
Okay, I just wanted to ask Mindset a question. It's two questions, but let me just ask the first one. How far do you think APC can destroy Nigeria before the people revolt? Why do I say this? I have an 80-year-old father who is telling me that now so then they talk say we go revolt. We never revolted. I am in my 30s. Now so then talk say we go revolt. The closest we did was NSAS, and I doubt it doesn't look like we might get there again. So I want to ask you, for a nation that managed 165 to 600 fuel and they didn't revolt, a nation that has gone through herdsmen crisis, embezzlement of funds, we are here shouting Sanwo-Olu, this one, all the money they are stealing. But Buhari is today whitewashing his legacy right in front of our eyes with a lot of videos recently. So give me an actual timeline in your directive with all the pressure and all the coming together and everything that is being envisaged. How far do you think APC can destroy Nigeria before Nigerians actually do something about it? That's my first question.
Okay, thank you very much. Unfortunately, I do not have a specific date to tell you. The thing is, it's on individual. See, you have
No,
to
we might
he
not
that
have
wear
it.
the suit.
I'm not necessarily looking for specifics, just in general. However, how bad do you think it will get before it gets?
I don't know what you mean. How bad it will get? It has gotten to it. It would. Okay, let me tell you this. On the day the election was announced, the result was announced. It was Umar Sani that woke me up, and he said to me, "These idiots have announced it." And then other person called me and said somebody wants to, hit the road and everything. And for some reason, some people didn't want to follow hitting the road at that point in time. Permit me, I might not be mentioning them because I only mention people's name if I have their permission to mention their names. Now, the system then on the remember they announced that very late. The system was shaking. What the system needed, what they were hoping then. Well, let me answer it this way. I will not be surprised as we're on this space and something has started already. I will not be surprised. There's a lot happening. I will not be surprised if it happened tomorrow. I will not be surprised if something has started
But
already.
mindset, I also will not be surprised if Tinubu does 8 years complete.
Okay, you see, the thing is I do one of the things I do as a person. I don't lie to myself. Okay, and I don't like to with you is if you listen to what Peter Obi said yesterday, if you listen to the statement, the press statement that he put out there yesterday, if you listen to people around, I believe you can do to rescue the country. So as I said, I will not be surprised if it starts tonight. I don't know if that answers your question. Thank you.
It's a fair enough answer. Okay, my second question is currently, when people say, let's come together to rescue Nigeria, I work with specifics, I work with data, I work with numbers. And I ask, how is this to happen? What is coming together? To me, we already know the problem with Nigeria. The problem with Nigeria is that the man at the helm of affairs does not have an inkling of what to do, and the entire APC is a criminal, corrupt system that has to go. The biggest coming together we can be coming together right now as a nation is a nationwide strike, protest for Tinubu to resign with his entire cabinet. We have tried the judicial way, we have tried every other way, and there's no other way it's going to work. We know what the problem is. We have seen him at conferences. He exudes no confidence, so there will definitely be no investor confidence. So if this coming together we're talking about, I've heard coming together for weeks, but I've not heard what we are coming together to do. People are talking about a revolution. I don't encourage revolution because the same Nigerian youths that were lining up, arranging things and being orderly, doing answer, will be here now. Revolution in the north might mean coming together. I, for one, mean everybody come together Sri Lanka fashion and press the government to resign with the entire cabinet and let us figure out what like it to achieve.
All right, thank you very much. On the one hand, you asked the question. On the other hand, it appears that you answered the question. But let me answer. So I believe
I
you.
answered it according to myself, just in case you have a different type of answer. So just please understand.
All right, thank you very much. Now, I believe you're part of LP. If not, you're part of LP. You're part of the obedient movement. I believe, right? Now, you see, you cannot be a part of something and you have a leader you trust in and you do not believe in that person's vision. Why do I say that? I probably will give you an answer of what coming together is. But if you believe in who Peter Obi is, if you believe, right, coming together, now I wouldn't mind working with people I don't want to speak to, but if they have the right mindset, if they have the right attitude and say, we must be able to rescue this girl. So, for him to actually come out to say that, I think that's have answered the question on his own because
what does rescue, quote unquote, what does rescue mean, sir?
All right, we gotta have a real because one of the things with me, please, if next time let me land, then you can ask your question because sometimes when I'm speaking, I lost my train of thought. Apologies. So, rescue Nigeria. I mean, are you happy with the way things are? Are you happy with the way things are? Now, let me tell you. Because of time. Let me give you an example of how APC were able to fight Goodluck Jonathan. Okay. Does it mean that we're going to wait till 2027? No. There's a possibility we're going to wait there. There's a possibility something will happen tomorrow. As Asari Dokubo said, and every other person that follow politics now, Tinubu does not have that core followership. Right? He doesn't have that. So what it means is if the opposition would not look at it and say, we are going to put it to him, right, that what you're doing is wrong. We are going to put it to him because, believe you me, you probably might disagree with me. There is no opposition. and I don't owe anybody apology when I say this. In the spokesperson from the opposition, I do not think they have what it takes to be spokesperson. You probably would disagree with me. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Because if you go back to 2015, we could have done better, right? Lai Muhammad was jumping from one thing and the other. Every opportunity they were using that to fight Goodluck Jonathan. You would argue that okay, fine, these guys were not opportunity to go on TV. That's you guys would disagree, and I do respect that. The whole thing about Peter Obi speaking 10 days after this guy had made his the moment the decision is made, okay, Atiku has spoken, then give yourself another 24 48 hours. You speak, right? That is how you fight these guys. So coming together means, in my own opinion, Rescue Nigeria is he has to bring his experience, others have to bring their own experience, and people have to work together and see how to put a pressure against these people. And the pressure has to go to the judiciary, because the moment you get the judiciary, they know what to do. I'm trying to tell you more, but I don't want to tell you more if that works for you. But that's how I'm going to answer it. I'm looking at time as well. Thank you, sir.
Okay, my last question to you is very simple. Moving forward, how do we handle INEC? At some point, it was all about the Electoral Act. At some point, if you remember, quote unquote, Bivas was meant to be the game changer. Moving forward, how do we handle INEC and credible elections? What do you think? That's my last question.
All right, thank you very much. I To handle INEC, it has to go. I'm going to go back to the judiciary, and I still believe the moment we get it right with the judiciary, INEC would fall in place. I'm not. This is, prior to the election, it was very clear that INEC was going to do something right and everything. But I think Umar Sani has said this on the platform. He spoke to a very senior citizen who told him that 3 days to the election, Buhari changed his mind. Is it 3 days or 4 days to the election? Buhari changed his mind, right? You see, you cannot at this point fight INEC on its own without getting the judiciary to help you. Everything they did here was backed by INEC. So if we truly want a country that works, we must, is a must, and they will sit up and begin to do what is right.
My sister Hanatu G. Guys, if you have questions and you want to ask him, please go in the comment section. I'll be taking as much as possible. And at this hour, we'll be opening up the space. Okay, Jimmy, I see your hands up, so I'm going to start with Jimmy. But before I run to Jimmy, in fact, Jimmy, ask your questions, and after Jimmy's series of questions, I will now come down to the comment section. So please, guys, if you have questions you want to ask Mindset on the platform today, most of it are always on his platforms. I want to ask him questions, and he does not answer your questions. Please come up here today and ask him those questions. He's not running anywhere today. He will answer it as it is, raw and unfiltered. It's the violence space. All right, Jimmy, let me bring you up right now. You have the space, my brother. Good evening.
All right, good evening, Saddam. Thanks again. Well done, mindset. I've been listening carefully, and you've managed to answer those questions in a very careful manner, diplomatically, and you just want to be politically correct, right? But this is what I want to say to every single person listening to the sound of my voice. I know some things mindset might not even want to say or know how to put it out there. Look, we need to get our country back. I don't care how we're going to do it. And when we say coming together, PDP people, they have a head. Speak to your people, speak to the supporters. If they're going to hit the street, let's do it collectively. LP, speak to obedience, speak to your people. If we're going to hit the street, let's, because everything we've been speaking about is just we obedient coming together and planning, and it flops at the end of the day. We need to come together. If Sowore talks to his people, we are hitting the street at a so time. It will increase the number of people coming out to hit the street and let them know that we don't want this nonsense going on in our country. And for crying out loud, INEC is not even recognized. INEC, as a matter of fact, INEC right now, they should be Occupy INEC. Mahmoud is meant to be out of that office. They are not even meant to run any election anymore in that country. They are meant to be out. So all this gentle approach, no! We need to hit the fucking streets. We need to get our country back, but we cannot just do it. Obedient are the one coming on space, talking. Let us come together. And I keep saying it. I see it's just like Justice League cartoon. They will fight with their villains, but when outside aliens come into their country, they join forces together and get them out. And then they go back to coming together to rescue, to save the country. We don't have any political slate in Nigeria right now. We don't. We coming together is to make sure we wipe these people out, make them come out. We are
Jimmy, I have to interject here. I beg. Let's.
have a lot to say, but people are already sending messages in the comment section. I don't really have any questions for you, but if there's anything, I will just pop out and mention something to you. But a lot of people are up here to ask questions. I can see Mr. Steven is up here, Gaboni, Chini, and Thames, Dapel. Couple of people are here. Pels has a question, but coincidentally, it happened to be the last question Sisu asked, but I think that's been sorted out already. But a lot of people are having this doubt and fear of how can we come together uh, to come as as a country to get these people out. Like, how is it possible? How is it visible? Is it something that is actually doable? Yeah, that's the right word. Is it something that is doable? Can PDP work with AP? Because a lot of people are thinking when we come together, it's about Peter B being a vice to Atiku, and we are coming together to fight for another election. No, there's no 2027. It's just about getting our country back. And as Mindset said, anything can happen anytime from now. Anything can happen. And to back up what I've been saying about coming together, we're gonna be having a space on Saturday. The flyer should be out already. I'm not sure what is delaying it. Having a space on Saturday. It's gonna be with Nadeco. Nadeco people wants to speak to many Nigerians, not just obedient, not just a PDP or APC, or they want to speak to many Nigerians and how to rescue the democracy of our country back from this alien, from the people that have captured it. So one state capture that they're trying to do now. You want to attain power, you want to retain power, you need to go and kiss the ring. And that is exactly what they're doing right now. Look at all the reverse judgment going on. We need to get our country back. Thank you. Back to you, Saddam.
Thank you very much. I just tried to because we have a time frame with him for 2 hours, and we can always have our submissions at the end of the space. So let's just try and keep him use his time well for him before he go on, because you know how he does his spaces. He's always time. We can stay as far as much as we want. All right, Mr. Mindset. I think I'm just gonna open up the floor right now and allow speakers ask questions. Please, guys, on the comment section, I beg. Let me have your question in the comment section. I see some questions. If there are questions he has already answered, there's no point asking those questions anymore. I think it is important we ask. But mindset, I will ask this question because people are asking me this question on the comment section. Yeah, I don't know. This revolution talk is a discussion that probably you have not shed enough light on it, or it's something that Nigerians want to talk about. And I'll take a question from my sister Hanatu before I come down to every other person up here. Hanatu says, question for mindset. She says, Sowore tried to spark the conversation, revolution in quotes, in the past. Why do you think he slash it failed? What will our conversation about a revolution sorry, please, what will our conversation about a revolution, I think she wants to say, be different from the likes of people who think like Sowore?
Okay, am I to respond to that, or am I to respond to what Jimmy said? So I should respond to yours, right?
Yeah, I think Jimmy just made a quick submission.
So thank you very much. Is it Hayatu that asked that question? Very interesting question. Now, at this point, I'm going to start by making a quote from Frederick Douglass. I think some of you know who Frederick Douglass is. So we might not get everything that we fight for, but whatever we get, it will be a fight. At this point in time, it's not about what Showore wants. It's not about what Peter Obi wants. It's not about what Atiku. Now, remember then that Buhari was not a good president, right? And the time Showore was doing his revolution now, things were not as bad as it is, right? I'm not here to campaign for Buhari. Every one of you know my stand when it comes to Buhari. But the one thing that people fail to understand here is that Bola Tinubu as a person has damaged anything to do with Nigeria. I mean, I don't know how to explain this to you guys. Now, here you have somebody who, as it stands right now, forged a certificate. A president that forged, that is criminality, right? That's one thing. Here you have somebody who is very clear to the blind that he forfeited money that has something to do with drugs and money laundering. So if that alone will not tell you that it's not about show it's not about this thing, it's about rescuing the image of this country. And here you have the same individual have captured everything. The judiciary is gone. So as it stands right now, you do not expect somebody to come to Nigeria and invest. How do you want that to happen? So people should take this thing away from individual. It's not about individual as it stands right now. You're not doing Peter Obi a favor. You're not doing Atiku a favor. You're not doing Shawara a favor. You must be able to fight for what is yours. So the reason it didn't work that time, because Buhari, as bad as he was, he didn't have so much baggage. This individual can see how much is Piclos and everything, right? Things have not gotten this bad. So when it will happen, it will not be televised. Somebody, I think it was Shireen that said that it probably will happen anytime. So let's forget about individual. Let's think about how to rescue this country. Thank you very much. I hope I answered that question. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. These guys, also while asking questions, let us be. I think we should be very careful so that we don't ask very deep security questions or strategic questions. Because someone is asking me some questions here, and I me say I wonder how I want to ask the questions. Self, more than Nigerians, look not easy. I beg, and please. Let the question be straightforward. We're not discussing strategy here. He's not going to divulge some information that you want to know. I think he's just going to be peripheral with his answers here. Okay, let's go on with the people up on the speaker section. Thank you to every one of you. I see all our wonderful people. Oh, I see my madam said the Mami Bolale, it's good to have you here. Pels, it's good to have you. My brother Momo, it's good to see you. Steve, Big Steve, Dapel, Chini. I'm just going to go straight. Please, guys, let's keep our question as short as possible. At the end of the space, we can have submissions from everybody, but let's keep our question as short and precise as possible so that he can take it. And mindset, please, I'd love you to answer every question in 3 minutes, if possible, so that we can have as many people asking you questions as possible. Thank you. I'm just going to start. Please, guys, let's just do in-house privilege as usual and start with the lady. Guys have been asking questions here for so long. Guys have been speaking for so long. And me, I am going to be
Adam, you don't
nepotistic.
see the way mindset just bring old people come back to space now, on top this violence. Old
Mama.
people don't.
It's good to have every minute. Can we have your question, please? Thank you.
Because they've been about a lot of the issues, but since we're on a public space, it's always good to ask that question. People seem to be confused when we talk about we all have to work together as well-meaning Nigerians. People something now. What are your thoughts on that, or am I alone in this? Thank you.
All right. So your question is, let me thank you very much, Bonale, for it's just that Saddam has strangled me right now. I can only speak for 3 minutes. This is why I was very conscious of time, and I would have loved the situation where people ask questions but I wouldn't want to, if this to be the last question I will answer, I wouldn't want to not respond. Thank you for what you did. A lot of things, as I said. Saddam, please permit me, sir. I'll probably use my 3 minutes very well, if it means the only way to respond to Bolanle and everything. The individuals, in my own opinion, that worked hard for LP don't even have numbers. They don't. This lady has worked. I just want to. When the issue of the BBC happened, and we were able to get that information from a third BBC exec, and telling us that this is what needed, right? And I ran that with yourself and other people, and you were able to make it work. So, is there going to be an to gather information from a third BBC exec and telling us that, you know, this is what needed, right? And I ran that with yourself and other people, and you were able to make it work. In terms of is there going to be an election in 2027? You see, I'm this kind of person. I believe I don't dwell on my mistakes. I learn from them, and I want to be a better person, right? So I do not want to give APC this whole thing that we have thrown in the towel, right? So if people begin to think that there's not going to be a 2027 election, what's the point of it? You've been defeated already before you start going to the battle. All right. So the whole thing about coming together is having a pressure group. There are things I will discuss with you privately, you know, and having a think tank group that has to put pressure on this particular people, because how many Bola Tinubu is just one person, right? When the pressure is too much, people need to move, you know. So I think a lot of people do not still get it because they always think, oh, will Peter will be the vice? It's not about somebody's going to be the vice or not being the vice at this point in time. You must have a country before you have an election. If you don't have a country called Nigeria, I mean, what are you talking about in 2027? There has to be something for you. As it stands right now, we do not have a country. You know, so I would have loved to go more, but I'm keeping to time. Thank you very much for your question. Saddam, back to you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Wonderful answer there. All right, let's go real quick. I think I'll take it. I'll take 2 days back to back. So, and that's maybe nepotistic and gender equality. Gender, because very soon now is Nigeria. I was asking if women and men will be fight for Twitter. So please let me take 2 ladies and I'll come back to the guys. Yeah. So my Ishaki, Madam Pence. Madam Pence, are you there,
Hi,
please?
I'm here. Sorry, can you take one more person before you come
Allow
back
you,
to me?
allow you, allow